Thank you. Thank you so much. Same here. How are you, Anjali Beta?
I think so. Anjali's screen is also not
Good evening,
on.
ma'am. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Am
I'm
I
good. And screen is
audible?
on. Yes, there is some breaking of the voice, I think, but otherwise okay. Mr. Singh, we could not hear you. You want me to say something?
Yes, yes. Welcome to you. As opening speaker, you can start. Don't worry, we keep fighting with the
Don't
internet.
fight now, Mr. Singh. It's been long now.
So go on. Welcome to you and over to you.
Thank
Why
you.
career choices are getting difficult for the teenagers?
Sure. So thank you everyone, and good evening everyone, and good to be back after a long time. Yes, a very long time, I would say. And of course, thank you, Miss Beatrice, for this opportunity. And Mr. Singh wanted to introduce, but I think everybody knows me. Yes, I am the co-founder of GEL, and we started this 3 years ago, 2020. So 8th April we will be completing 3 years of GEL. So and yes, it is an honor indeed to join hands with like-minded people and work in the space of education. Now, coming to today's topic about career choices, and um, why teenagers are getting confused, or why it is difficult to have these career choices. So though I strongly feel that the opportunities are more now, so that's why children are getting confused. There were times when there were only 2 to 3 fields were very important, and there were 3 fields whom people used to talk about. Either it was doctors or engineers, and CAs, I would say. And now times have changed. There are many fields which are there, and which we had not thought about maybe 20 years ago, and 20 years from now also there will be many fields that we have not spoken about, and they are there. Naming a few, YouTubers, bloggers, ethical hackers. Liberal arts is is leading these days. So a combination of humanities and sciences. Earlier, it was dual degree only could be done in the universities of UK, US, but now in India also they have given permission to have dual degrees of um, uh, diverse subjects. So I think that teenagers need correct guidance for how. So there are many psychometric assessments available, which through which we can map what is their interest, what is their aptitude, what is their emotional intelligence, what is their orientation, and on the basis of that then we can guide them accordingly. And now times are not that after grade 10 or after grade 11 children start thinking about the career, but now times are such that we start the career guidance from primary classes. Maybe and it can like we I do it in my school. So what happens in primary grades, when we are calling senior people from the field, they just talk about little bit about their journey, their jazz, how they are doing it. But when sixth onwards the students are there, from middle school onwards, they actually guide them what they can do, how they can reach to this place. And then we have lot of internships. There are a lot of internships happening. Design thinking is there, art and design is there. They can go and spend a day with a lawyer, they can go and spend a day with CAs, they can go and spend a day with doctors. So what happens is they have a clear cut clear-cut pathway ahead, which they can explore that, okay, what their life will be after choosing a particular career. I remember when we were students, so it was that students who were very bright, they were given sciences, followed by commerce, and then humanities. And I still remember when I told my family that I wanted to take humanities, so I had dropped at home because we were all from science background. But yes, I had a very supporting father who had helped me and to realize my potential. I think the electricity has gone. Give me 2 minutes.
We can hear you. Anyway, once he gets back, I have a student who is pursuing career. Kushagra, what is your take? How far you find difficult, or is it easy?
Am I audible now?
Dr. Vasudha, I'm taking Kushagra, then I'll take you for comment.
Sure.
Unmute yourself, Kushagra. You are not audible, Kushagra. So wait for, let me take. Richa Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is your take on career choices, since you have been writing from 30 years? So
yeah, more than 30 years. It's been almost 35 years now.
okay.
But I completely agree with Vasudha ma'am, who said that there are ample choices nowadays, and that confuses children. But what I personally think is that they have not been oriented at the early stages, as she also talked about. Schools are more focused on the grades. They are confused because they do not have anything that they could match to their dreams, they could match to their passions, right? If I talk about myself also, when I took up to this career, I was literally bullied that what are you choosing? Writers to chappal chatkate hain bas. They are only tearing their slippers. So why are you choosing this career for yourself? But I crossed all barriers. I just overlooked everything, overheard everything, and pursued my passion, right? But not everybody can have that zeal. There has to be some or the other guidance. If you know how to pursue your dreams, then it is okay. But if you know your dream, but you do not know how to pursue it, you really need a mentor for it. And right from the beginning, I think so from sixth class onwards, maybe before sixth class also, whenever we are taking up to the chapters, we can talk about the careers that are related to that chapters. Like we mostly talk about the three pigs. It is in NCERT class 2, the three pigs story. We take it as a story, but we never take it as a entry gate to any career, because it talks about the types of houses also. So we can talk about the career of the architect. We can talk about the raw materials that are used in the construction of the home. So as when we are talking about the enormous turnip story, we can talk about the career of farming. We can relate the chapters to the career so that children know the viability of each and every chapter they are going through. While discussing science, many careers that can be talked about, which we never take care of. And when the children get that ambience in the school, they definitely look forward to and think with that perspective. They never get to know that certain things can make them reach somewhere. They just mug it up because they have to look forward to the grades, to the numbers, right? So the assistants of the teachers, the school should focus on career orientation programs, the career melas. They should be conducted in school. Career choices not after passing your graduation. It should be before 11th.
Great.
Because otherwise, whatever comes to their way, they just pick it up because they don't have any choice and the time is less.
Great.
So they choose whatever comes to their way. But if they have a certain thing in their mind, certain track in their mind, it will be easy for them to pick out of those plethora of career choices that that are put before them. So I would really want the schools to come up with a career melas. And as Vasudha ma'am was also talking, they can talk to the CAs, they can talk to the lawyers. Yes, schools should take up this initiative of making them interact with certain career persons who are doing very well in their career. They can talk to them, but it should be the part of the school.
Okay.
It has to start from school. It has to start from their initial institution, because we can shape up their dream. We can not only shape up their dream, but we can just tell them how to dream.
Okay.
It is a beginning, because sometimes they just choose a option in the 11th and 12th, and suddenly they change the stream. You must
I'm
have seen
taking a real. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I got your point. It should be started, and good news for all of us. CBSE has taken this keen interest, and they have started phasing things, as in by new education policy. Government of India has taken this. From 6th class onwards, students will go for internship. Internship means they are going to experience the career, and they can choose.
I agree to your point, SK sir, but what I disagree is that many a times government has come up with certain solutions, but sorry to say, the schools haven't picked it up so seriously. How to realize those parameters that they have decided upon? It is a school who
actually
has
this
to
is
realize.
Richa ma'am, this is our practice. Why we are doing such things? We are talking on this topic. Let government of India are the career choices around the globe, since this become a common village for each students who can explore the whole world, not only about India. So Kushagra, I would like to take your one comment on this. How you react on the career choices as you are in the beginning of your career? Kushagra, a researcher from Bundelkhand University, if I'm not wrong.
Am I audible, sir?
You're audible. You're audible.
A very good evening, sir, and a very good morning to all the dignitaries from Brazil, especially Beatriz ma'am. So my take is that from the parents' point, it is still conservative, and from a student point, it has become more wiser. The students or the teenagers are taking their career choices more wisely, more independent. They are taking more risk because they are going into entrepreneurship. So they are taking risk. But as a parent, I don't think there is much change, because as when I was there, so my parents influenced the decisions of taking the career choices. And when I'm seeing my students, so their students are also influenced by the parents only. But still the students are taking wise decisions, and they are taking much riskier, and they are going into innovation fields, entrepreneurships, new concepts like content writing, social media influencers, cybercrime experts, ethical hacking, new concept like metaverse, multiverse, and according to your field, interest, passion, aptitude, they are taking their decisions. But somewhere we lack the support of parents, I think so, and a good guidance of teachers, as we are the educators, so we have the prime responsibility to guide the students according to the path, to the right path, because they only follow. We should provide the opportunities, platforms which guide them as career gurus and all. So,
Wonderful. So you think students are still struggling? This is what you wanted to say. But students are also mentoring students. I know few of the students, those who are researcher, they have inspired others. You come into research or you go into this. This is not a right way. Anyway, I have a Professor Paula from Brazil. I would love to take your how career choices are out of India in Brazil. Can you hear me? Professor Paula.
Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful meeting. I was just listening to all of you, and it's amazing to be talking about these career choices that for me it's essential for everybody. You know, I'm a teacher, I'm an English teacher, and I think that as Richa was saying, I think that teachers are essential when we have to think of career choices when we are teaching, because of many reasons. You know that I was searching for today meeting and trying to look for points of view and ideas to share with you. And when we talk about vocation, it is always connected with religious thing, you see? It's like a call. And whenever you read articles about vocation, you are talking about this call that God makes to, that you have to do something, that you have to be something, that you, it's related to God, you see? And in a way, I feel that it is like that. It is like that because it's something that it's an inner call, you know? So you, maybe it is not strictly connected to becoming a nun or becoming a priest, but it has to do with a call, yes, with an inner call. And that inner call is not that easy, you know, because sometimes we have so different things with different situations with our students. We have these students that truly know from the very beginning of their life what they want to become: artists, journalists, doctors, firefighters, and they truly know that, you see? And they are very lucky. I think that the other conditions that people have, they're talking about their vocations nowadays, is the variety of choices that they have to make. You know that now we have so many choices that, you know, I love studying, and me myself have difficulties sometimes when I have to choose between among the many opportunities of studying. So I would like to do this, but I also like this, and I think that I could do. So it's like, you know, in these days, our students, our young people have a lot of choices to make. Yes, and this sometimes this vocation is conditioned. Is conditioned by what? By social classes. Okay, you can study here, you can pay your studies, or you can't. So the choices that they're making, even though you have this goal, is conditioned by many aspects. In the case of Argentina, you know that we have free education, and you can become a doctor or an architect or an engineer, and you don't need to pay for that because we have public education. So I think that we are truly lucky because everybody has the opportunity of becoming a professional, you see? But I still think that even though we have these opportunities, there are not so many people as should taking those possibilities. So I think that is there where teachers are essential for students, because they are the ones, sometimes, you know, that they have their families are not educated, their families are I don't know, focused on any other necessities like, you know, working or being trying to be responsible for their families. So sometimes there are families that studying or prompting their children to study is not something that is among their priorities, but is there where teachers from primary school on are the role models and are the ones that have to push the students to believe in themselves and to feel that they have to study and to become something. You see, to become something, whatever they want. Maybe they are not going to become doctors. They are going to do something else. But we as teachers must push them and show them that they can do something for themselves, that they can become better than their parents and their families, that they have to take the opportunities that they have. So I think that in the case of vocation, it's essential, the roles of teachers. And also it's very important because whenever we are talking, we talk of ideal situations, you know, ideal situations. Students that the most difficult choice is, what do I have? What do I want to study? Well, we have students that don't have this talk or these conversations at home. So these conversations about what you want to become must be carried out at schools. So teachers must talk about these possibilities of becoming something. And if I'm prompting and motivating students to develop their vocation or to find out what their vocation is or to believe that they can do it, you see? And
Great.
in other aspects, not only because of social conditions or economical conditions, but vocation is conditioned by families. All the members in the families are teachers. So you are supposed to become a teacher as your father and your mother. Everybody in this family is a doctor or an accountant. So you must do this because you know it's a family business. It's something. So we are conditioning people to do that. And I think that when we talk about choosing careers, we also have to take into account many aspects that condition, that affect lots of people's choices as careers.
Okay.
So I think that that's
well
one.
justified. As a teacher, you have seen this talks from the family to the school, and it is the duty of the school teachers to guide the students at early age. I have a career-oriented girl. Let me take, and then I'll come to you, Richa and Dr. Vasudha. Anjali Singh, what is your take? What you wanted to be? How you landed up towards your CA career?
Okay, a very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much, Beatrice ma'am, for inviting me to this platform. Thank you so much, SK sir, for giving me this opportunity to be here, to listen to all of you talk. And I heard Vasudha ma'am, I heard Richa ma'am, I heard Kushagra sir, Professor Paula. It was I don't know how to express it in words. Like, I just want to go back 10 years in my life and like probably change few things here and there. Anyways, so as a teenager, 10 years back, I feel 8 years back, I don't think there was much of it as it is now. Because with the advancement of specifically, to be very specific, with the advancement of internet, especially, things have changed a lot. Students today, I feel, have, I wouldn't necessarily call it a distraction, but I feel to an extent it is a distraction where students, like, our routine was we would come back home, we would either sit for our homework, sleep, go out, play. Today, kids would come back from school and they would be stuck to their tablets, stuck to their phones, stuck to their laptops. which is fine because they are learning something new. But at the same time, I feel that all these things are stopping them from introspecting themselves and just pushing them towards the rat race that the world is following. So in this entire process, what happens is they forget to understand who they are, and they just go for something that they would like to think that they want in future. It is not a new problem because the same problem was probably 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when students would pass 10th and decide if they have to take non-medical, which is science without biology, if they have to take medical, if they have to take commerce, and people who would end up with nothing would take arts. That's what was the, I don't know, the ideology behind things. If you do not get good marks in 10th, you will not be in position to choose something that you want to do in future. You will not be allowed to take up science. And that is what is happening in all the good schools. I mean, if all of you are from education background, and you can actually understand where I'm coming from. So at the same time, I feel today the world has changed for the better, and I feel there is much far to go. I never planned to be where I am today. But had I had this level of maturity 10 years, 8 years, 7 years back, probably I would have chosen to do things differently. I love what I'm doing, but probably I would have taken the right path, the right direction from the beginning itself. Next point is I feel that the kids are influenced by a lot of people that they see around, people that they follow on social media, people that they go out with, they spend their time with. Along with that, I feel now the competition level is very high. In our time, we would just walk around in t-shirts and trousers and we were fine with it. Today, students, like the students of this age group, have to look good. They have to be socially active. They have to be academically good. There are a lot of criteria to it. I don't think anyone aimed for 99 plus 20 years back. It was 90s, mein, matlab you're the topper of the country. So that has also changed. So the competition level is very high. So in that process, I feel competition isn't bad, but at the same time, I feel that the level of competition, is not enabling students to look back and see what they actually want. And a lot of you all who spoke already have mentioned about career counseling, which was a very good point. I plan to talk about it, but since you have already spoken about it, there's one point that I would like to add on. I think that will work for kids these days. So along with career counseling, I feel that schools should make a committee of parents where parents working in different backgrounds come together. So in schools, we have kids of doctors who are studying, kids of engineers who are studying, kids of scientists, kids of politicians, kids of principals. So a lot of people from different backgrounds have their kids put in one school. Okay. So it might be a scenario where if my dad is a doctor, I don't want to be a doctor. Maybe I want to be something else. And in that case, I wouldn't have to go find a person to talk to. Like if I have that committee placed in my school, I would just go ahead and talk to that one particular parent, or he would just, let's say one particular person from one particular background would come every week in a school and talk to students about their experiences with respect to the field area they are working in, their field of expertise. And I feel that will help students a lot. So yeah, I mean, that's all. I would like to just end it on this note, this suggestion that I really have for schools these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Anjali. So I think recommendation is taken. We'll have some program where all parents come together of their own profession. But the problem which I have experienced as a principal, a teacher does not want. A teacher never thinks ki my child should be a teacher. A doctor never thinks ki my child should be. I think it's vice versa. Anyway, taking you, Richa, again. You wanted to say something. Your closing comment. And then I'll take
First of all, I'm going to address to one point that Kushagra mentioned, that children are forced by the parents to choose a career. My take on this point is that since students did not do their homework for their career choice, that is why parents are concerned. Had they
Okay.
have the full flowchart of the way they want to go and what they want to pursue, no parent is going to force anyone.
Okay.
So the child has to be clear. And since the child, for the most of his day, is with the teachers, the responsibility falls on the teacher, right? So in every aspect, I would really love to see teachers coming up with the ideas of integrating something into their curriculum, which instills a faith in the child that this study, the subjects that I am putting up to, I am undergoing, are going to help me out in my career choice. It is
Okay.
just not ABC. They are not getting literate, but they are getting educated. This is how our system has to go.
Fine.
As
But
if I take up Anjali's point, where she said that a parents' committee should be made. Yes, I've experienced these things in many schools, wherein they're inviting every week one or the other parent who is competent enough to deliver why he chose a career of that, and how the children who are seeing themselves in that career after they get up their education, formal education done. So yes, it's a good way to come up to different things and make people realize. Like if I talk about my daughters, my elder daughter took up to nanotechnology and suddenly she switched over to digital platform because she analyzed that she's better in that. She may be late, but she analyzed it. Sooner or later, she analyzed it. So there are career choices which children switch over, and we should not be baffled by that. Right? So how would I come to know that there are career choices until and unless I have the plethora, I have the list of the careers that are thrusted upon me? Like CBSE has come up with a list, I think so. They have produced a booklet of career options and how to go for those careers. But are the schools picking that booklet in their classrooms?
so
So
this is
my
this is
question
the platform where we are putting these all points. Let the school leaders, teachers take their responsibility. Very well. I think we take this initiative. Coming back, since Cambridge curriculum is a more practical oriented, IB and Cambridge is a fascination in India. And luckily we have Dr. Vasudha who is dealing with all Cambridge curriculum. How you look into CBSE and Cambridge curriculum, your closing remark regarding career choices? Are more facilities there?
See, it's. I will answer to Miss Richa's thing. I beg to differ. So what happens is that career choice is a very scientific process. It's just not that we leave the students to experiment and then decide that, okay, this was not for me and now let's go to something else. Talking about Miss Anjali's suggestion, yes, the progressive school principles, we have a very strong parent partnership program where we invite the parents and talk about different careers. And absolutely right, Mr. Singh, your point is also very well taken, that a teacher will not want their daughter or son to be a teacher. And now doctors are changing their opinion, and they will say that, okay, let him try what he wants to do. Coming back to, it's not about the curriculum. It is not about CBSE versus Cambridge versus IB. It is about the progressive mindset of today's
mindset,
educators. that
right?
that that matters. So what happens is that you may find a very, very innovative and progressive mindset educator in a CBSE school also, and you can have a very old school of thought educator in Cambridge also. Now there are certain set of people, I would say, and I take educators and parents together. So they feel that choosing the right career at the right point in time is very, very crucial. It's very, very important. But there are some who will say that, it is all useless. It is like I'll share it with you. So I had being a career coach also, so I had a parent in my school, and where I had organized a session for them. So the child was clearly had inclination towards sciences, but the mother said that, it's my dream that I want to be a CA with my son. So me and my son do the CA together. So it was a fatal combination, because what happens is that parents want to fulfill their dreams through their children, which is wrong. And yes, Kushagra is absolutely right, because being a school principal, I see it day in and day out, that they actually force the child to become something that they were not. And children are very, very fragile. So we have to be, I mean, I always say that, bringing up a student, when we are, and it's not utopian, it is not idealistic. So bringing up a child is a combination in a school, is a teamwork between the child, the parent, and a teacher. So it's not teacher versus a parent, or parent versus teacher and student. So we have to guide our students accordingly. And as young as primary, as young as middle school, because remember, Gen Z has passed, and these are alpha generation students with very, very, very high order thinking skills. Their metacognition skills are very high. They know what is happening around them. So if Mr. Singh knows, my daughter is in she has come to grade 10 now. But since she was in grade 7, she has her list of universities, her career, the acceptance rates, everything ready of US. And she says that, okay, this university's acceptance rate is this. So I'm going to, and the career, which she wanted to pursue was sound production with majors in business and English literature, which we have, if I think if I was not in education, we have not even thought about it or heard about it. So children do their homework pretty well, but yes, they need right kind of guidance, right kind of orientation from the parents and the teachers together. And again, yes, I would say that it is the mindset of the educators. But yes, in answering to Mr. Singh's question, yes, in Cambridge the opportunities are little more, because when we are talking about the pedagogy, the pedagogy talks about acquisition of knowledge with understanding and application, that CBSE is trying now with the new national education policy. I think
I think very well concluded. If we start from beginning and we are towards ending, role of students, role of teachers, and role of parents, along with role of school, become most important factor. So everyone have to take their part. If I say any one of the element, either students, teachers, principals, and school cannot be left alone. It is collaborative approach. Since globalization is there in the whole world, we are getting affected from each other. Either it is matter of nature, either it is matter of education, either it is matter of anything, science and commerce, e-commerce development. Now then the story comes, who will start and when it will be started. So let's take one line closing remark. What is our contribution? Because we talk on philosophy, we close with our one initiative which we can take. Global Educator Forum initiative is just, let's talk on this. So I can collect people and I can bring this subject and inspire people, those who are going to watch this channel, either they are students, they are professors, they are principals, or anyone, those who are connected to the students. So closing remark, coming back to Kushagra, one line closing remark, what you can do for it.
I will share my experience. I think the teenagers and the students are smart enough that they have find their solution only by their own. What they do, they
You're muted. By mistake, you're muted. Yeah. Unmute yourself. Kushagra, we can't hear you.
the
Yeah.
same.
Anyway, closing remark, Professor Paula. Closing remark, one line. What you advise, what you can do.
I think that we have to do is to be together and to be close to our students and to their parents.
Okay.
So be there, be close, and try to guide, to help, to assist them if they
perfect.
need our
Perfect.
help.
So we have to be together. We have to discuss. Anjali, your closing remark.
Hello,
What-
audible?
You're audible.
Hello.
How you contribute?
I would contribute by sharing my experiences, my journey, how I chose my career path, and helping kids around to make the right choice at the right time.
So if they want to be CA, they can contact you. So
Yes,
all my
if they want
viewers,
career
if
in
you are
any
looking,
accounting, if they want career in accounting, they can talk to me
Okay,
for sure.
great.
Not only
Great.
with respect to C, but with respect to other degrees as well.
Thank you
in
so
accounting.
much. Dr. Vasudha, coming to you for your last closing comment.
I think we can, as Global Edu Leaders Forum, we can organize these career fairs, online career fairs for students, and we can take it forward.
Perfect. So Beatrice, you got the message. Let's have a career fair and career choices on the Global Edu Leader Forum, where the students can join from all over the world virtually. Let them focus, let them talk, and let them discuss. Richa, your closing comment before we go off.
Yes, I do agree to everyone, and I do want, as you asked for my part, I do it through my writing. Whenever I construe a lesson, I always end up with a thing which can help them, how that lesson can help them in their career track.
Perfect. Perfect. You're doing your job very well, but I want you to write a chapter, specified chapter, career choices, if it is possible, in English literature or in science or whatever the subject is. So thank you one and all for being here for this hot topic of the Global Edu Leader Forum, career choices, why teenagers are confused. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all speakers, all my teen students. I say they are not teen, they are now going to be senior students, especially Anjali and Kushagra. Professor Paula, thank you so much for being with us. You have shared your views. Beatrice, thank you so much for taking this journey ahead of GEL. Because if I say it was not possible without our contribution, you keep connecting people. So you are the another soul, pure soul like Dr. Vasudha to take this journey forward. Richa, Dr. Vasudha and Beatrice, I must share the good news. Global Edu Leaders Forum enter into school education. We sign up the first school in JNK. So getting towards a one dimension where we can groom the students, what we are talking and what we are thinking about. This was the only thing. Otherwise, philosophy remain philosophy in the book, but we are trying to put up. So Beatrice and Dr. Paula, this is the opportunity for you. I hope to see global schools around the globe, not in India only, where we trained students, where we can produce a super fine human being with full of skills and happiness. That's all. Hope to catch you on the some other topic very soon. My humble request to you, if anything comes into your mind, please do text us, propose us, so we take this journey. Alone we can do little, together we can do so much. So special thanks to Dr. Vasudha after joining maybe 6 months or year. I do not know exactly the date. A new topic which has come, NCF 2020 notification has come already regarding ECCE, early childhood care and education. That is another most important topic, not for India. I think there is a time debating what is happening with the early child, 3 to 8 years of the age, how it is in Cambridge, how it is in IB, and how India is going to overcome this challenge will be the coming topic. That's all. Thank you so much. Wish you a happy weekend. Thanks for joining.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.